Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that the video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic. And maybe you could also let me know where you are watching the video from. The county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, public participation on Rigathi Gachagua's impeachment began earlier today. And Kenyans spoke loudly. As a matter of fact, just the way Kenyans rejected the finance bill, Kenyans are also very loud on one thing. That if Rigathi Gachagua has to go, because of course they don't have a problem, they want Rigathi Gachagua to go. But if Rigathi Gachagua has to go, then the entire system must go. And if the entire system is not going, then Rigathi Gachagua must stay.
Tumechoka kuambiwa fulani ni mbaya na fulani ni mzuri. Na mimi nasema hivi leo, embe moja ikioza kwa kikapu yote yameoza. Nasema kufa driver, kufa makanga.
The public participation will continue tomorrow at the constituency levels. But one thing is very clear, that the government is keen, or the system for that matter, is keen on impeaching Rigathi Gachagua. And regardless of how Kenyans feel, I want you guys to take this to the bank. Parliament led by Moses Masika Wetangula and William Ruto main ally, Gladys Boss Sholei, will implement the impeachment process. But something happened today which I want us to talk about, because I'm coming back with the analysis about the impeachment process and of course the way Kenyans reacted during the public participation. But I want us to talk about Morara, because you also how Morara was attacked by goons hired by TJ Kajwang, and how the MC was excited when Morara was being attacked.
Mkutano ya public participation. Order. Everyone has an opinion. Bigger.
And Billis Elashi cheering as Morara was being attacked. On this platform, I've always offered my unsolicited advice to Morara. And I'm hoping that soon he will start heeding to some of those advices. When Morara was entering the hall, he was stopped, or he was blocked at the gate. That was enough sign. And Morara was accompanied by his team and security. But I was shocked when I saw Morara accepting to enter the hall minus his team. I've participated in ODM activities. I know how they operate. Watch.
This total frustration.
Nafanya tu vile anasema. Just skiza tu. Sawa, songeni. Songeni pande ile.
Hata kama ni kuingia, there is security checks.
Nimeshachekiwa.
Ama mnicheck tena.
Sio wewe. Tuambie watu wako watoke.
Ni sawa, songeni. Watoke hapo hivi.
Unajua polisi we can also be stubborn. Kama mmeamua tuwe stubborn, tunakuwa
tuonyeshe heshima. Unajua sisi ndio viongozi wa kesho. Hatutaki kufanya vile leo.
Mngojea nje.
Except my bodyguard songa kidogo. Haya, tuko order ni sasa. One at a time, boss. We do one at a time. One at a time. So, this is public participation.
Just like I said earlier, allow me to repeat myself once again. Morara must invest in security and intelligence. For example, on this particular day, if I were Morara, I would have reached out to Babu Owino, and Babu Owino would have planted for him people within these ODM goons who would be briefing him. And of course, some people would have been placed within those teams to protect him. He failed on that. Morara must understand that is now a big threat, not only to the government, but of course even to the members of parliament. But his attacks inside Bomas of Kenya is what shocked me. And in this video, I want to explain to you guys how that attack is going to dent the image of ODM party and Raila Odinga. First of all, before we proceed, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. But again, before I dive in, allow me to also take this opportunity to introduce you guys to LemFi. LemFi is a mobile money app for users in the UK, Canada, and the United States of America to send money back to Kenya. They offer the best exchange rates, and the money will be delivered instantly into Mpesa account, Airtel Money account, and of course, if you want directly into your bank account, you can use the link in the pinned comment to download the app. And of course, if you use that link and you send $100, you'll get $30 back. Ladies and gentlemen, let us dive in. Let us begin by watching how Morara was attacked at the Bomas of Kenya.
Mkutano ya public participation. Order. Everyone has an opinion. Order. Bigger. Morara, you cannot come to destroy a meeting.
Musiende.
Aya, nyamaza.
Aya, ketini chini.
Wapi?
Aya, tukae chini.
Kaeni chini. Kaeni chini. Wale walikuja public participation wakae. Wale walimobiliziwa kuja kuharibu waondoke. Wale wamekuja public participation wakae.
Aya, kaeni chini.
Aya, tukae. Order, tukae. Tukae chini. Tukae chini.
Aya, keti chini. Everybody sit down.
Tukae chini. Wana Nairobi, tukae chini.
Aya, tukae chini.
Tukae chini watu wetu, tukae chini.
Nairobi oye!
Oye!
Nairobi oye!
Oye!
Nairobi oye!
Oye!
Nairobi oye!
Oye!
Hii ndio utamu ya Nairobi. Hiyo ndio utamu ya Nairobi.
Tukae chini.
Hiyo ndio utamu.
Tukae chini.
Ndio. Yes.
Wale wanakaa wakae. Kina mama mkae.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Morara. being attacked by alleged ODM goons. Of course, the fact that it was TJ, you can't leave ODM as a political party out of it. And because you can't leave ODM as a political party out of it, the name Raila Odinga must also be dragged into the mess. But I strongly believe that that move to attack Morara is going to backfire on Raila Odinga. How? Number one, ODM has now emerged as an interested party in this impeachment process. The truth of the matter is that ODM is participating in a war which is not theirs. If I were Raila Odinga, I would have advised my members of parliament to watch, relax, and monitor. Because this war is about William Ruto, is about Rigathi Gachagua, the two of them. Of course, Raila is now working with Ruto. And maybe William Ruto has asked Raila Odinga to donate experts to help him out of this situation. But the war is not ODM party's war for them to emerge. Because today, the agencies are very bitter and very angry. In fact, ODM must be very careful with the agencies. The agencies of the Republic of Kenya are very bitter. They are very angry. And their rage is still on. You can see it. Anybody with eyes can see it. And they're likely to extend that rage to ODM and to Raila in a war which is actually not theirs. So if our ODM, I'd let Ruto, I'd let Rigathi deal with the issues. Then if I were to support Ruto, then I'd ask my members of parliament just to wait in parliament and vote. But hizi vitu drama za nje, because the public is very clear, kufa dereva, kufa makanga. Now they're even adding Raila Odinga into that as a turn boy. Number two, ODM is also now emerging as anti-Gen Zs. You see, when Gen Zs began their demonstrations against the government during the anti-finance bill, they made a request to Raila Odinga that Baba, weka kando. We know what you've done. We've seen what you've done for the country. These guys are not listening. We want to fight this fight for you. So if Raila Odinga had heeded to those advice at that time, the truth is probably today he would be owning the agencies. The agencies would be waging these fights on his behalf. He would have owned the agencies. But now, Morara, who has emerged as the face of the agencies, being blocked from entering Bomas, he enters Bomas, is being beaten by alleged ODM goons. The agencies are taking notes. So they see Raila Odinga as someone who is anti the agencies. I don't know how he's going to maneuver around this, but it's very unfortunate. Number three, it is also very clear that ODM party, which is supposed to be a mass movement, has disconnected itself from the masses. Just like I said, ODM can support Ruto because what matters to Ruto today is the impeachment. Going to parliament and then ODM members voting. Not going to the public, and the name which is now coming out is those of ODM. You get? Today, nobody is actually blaming UDA goons. Nobody. It's ODM goons. So which means there is a disconnect. ODM is not understanding what Kenyans are talking about, what Kenyans want. So that if, for example, because we know politics is a dynamic game, it keeps on changing. Ruto and Raila might fall out even before the next election. Where will Raila Odinga run to? That's why some of us insist that Raila Odinga must play his politics in a way that it doesn't leave out, it doesn't cut the bridges. The agencies should be part of it. So that's number three. Number four, in my view, I think by ODM appearing to be the face of that violence, it Number 4, by ODM party appearing to be the face of that violence, then it erodes the reform credentials of ODM as a political party. ODM as a political party has always stood for the people, by the people, and with the people. Now they are now the people. They are now the face of violence against the people. So the reform credentials is eroding. And lastly, I think ODM as a political party is also now taking the face of this government. So if there's any baggage, just like ODM party carried the baggage of Jubilee failures, if there's going to be any failure of this government, the people who are going to carry it will not be Ndindi Nyoros of this world, will not be Oscar Sudis of this world. ODM party is going to carry that burden. Because most people believe this government had been cornered. So ODM is the only now shield they have. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny, and I'm coming back with the analysis about this public participation and how Kenyans reacted across the country and the final details about it. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny, and by the way, if you watch this video up to this stage, kindly know that I really value it. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.